Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. In this video and in the weeks coming ahead, I'm going to be working on a lot of Valentine's Day things. And I'm going to start off Valentine's Day crafting with this really fun shaker card. I found this die set at the stamp market. It's so pretty. And everything that I'm using in this video will be linked down below. So I found this this die set. It's so pretty. And you can tell right off the bat, if you've known me for more than 5 minutes, their branding is right up my style alley. I am all in. So while I was adding to cart, I found a couple other things. I also picked up their Basic Stripes paper pad. It's so pretty and I want to incorporate this subtly within my card design today, but so nice. I also picked up a pack of their cardstock and their colors are just absolutely me. I love them and we're also going to use some of these pieces within our card today. So I thought it would be really fun to do a shaker card, so I did grab some sequins that I thought would be super pretty. Again, everything that I'm using will be listed down below in the description box. So I think nowadays you just click on the title of the video, a box will pop open. They're always changing on YouTube, all of the little ways that you can access things, but I think at the timing of this video, that's how you can access it. I don't remember where I purchased this embossing folder because I've had it in my collection for a very long time, but this is just a basic diagonal stripe embossing folder that I'm going to use to make a really nice subtle background for my panel. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do is get all of my die cutting out of the way. And I think what I want to do is take the outline of this little Love Potion bottle. This is my panel, so I'm going to place that to the side. And I have some of this cardstock from the stamp market. I'm going to grab more of their blush color and I am going to cut this out. I want to say, goodness, it's not super heavyweight. It's nice and thick, but it's not super heavyweight. So I think I'm going to need to do this quite a few times. So let me start cutting out and then we'll see how many I need. I need to build a nice substantial thickness up because that's going to be where I put all of my shaker little sequins in, so we need a nice little barrier area. You'll see that all in just a minute. Okay, I'm gonna grab my cutting plates and let's go ahead and start cutting. So I'm gonna get these cut out and this is going to require a lot of cutting in the beginning, but then it's just gluing and assembling and it'll come together in no time. Okay, so this one is done. Now I wanted to show you, let me grab my little pokey tool. There are two different little Love Potion bottles in this die set. So you're gonna want to make sure you grab the right one. So this one is just the little outline of the bottle. So I have that. And then make sure that you keep the inside because you can do an entirely different card with the filled version of the bottle, which is so nice. Now there's another die, which I need to cut out right now. This is the background. So this one, as you can see, the cut lines, this is going to give you your outline, and then this is going to give you a nice solid piece. So they are the same size. Yes, so we can use this to do, I believe, our acetate and also just a nice white piece for our background. So I'm going to cut a piece that's going to go behind this. That way it kind of closes it off. You can also use your card base, but because I'm going to be embossing my card base, I want to have a nice solid piece for this just to differentiate it. Okay, let me cut out a couple pieces of that. I'm just going to use my panel and I'll grab another panel for later. We'll do that and let's get cutting. Now, other dies in this collection are a little tag. We have a love you, which is we're going to use. We also have this really pretty bow that kind of acts as a little tie for the bottle. We also have a cluster of hearts, and you can use this to actually create the fill for the shaker. I did grab some sequins just because I love the shine of them and they're just one and done, right? But you can make your own sequins or fill by just placing these through your die cutting machine on some paper. We also have a bigger heart, and then we have this other little piece that provides a little circular area for the tag, and I will cut that out later so you'll see. So I'm going to set those to the side now that you kind of know what to expect out of this die collection. Let's send this one through, and we'll also do our acetate. Okay, so we have the background to our bottle. That matches up. Oh, lovely. Okay, wonderful. Now let's use this same die to do our acetate. So I'm going to place this clear acetate. Now I still have the protective film on it, and I just keep that on there so it protects it during the cutting process. I don't want it to get all scratched. So let me send that through, and we'll have a nice piece to make our shaker window. Now I have this nice little rotating board as a recommendation from Kathy Zilski that I'm setting my Gemini Junior on, and it's very nice because you can send it through and then you can turn it around and grab the plates from the back. So I am really liking that. I'll link it down below for you in case you want to add it to your craft space as well. But that just cut out perfect. So we have that little piece. Later when I'm ready to use it, I'll take the film off, but I like to keep it on until the last minute just to keep it nice and clean so it doesn't get all dirty when I'm doing all my glue and all the things. Okay, so let's see what else we need to die cut. I'm thinking we're going to do the love you. We're also going to do the bow and the tag and the little tag inside. So let me pull some papers. I think for the love you, I want to do a white glitter. I think that will be gorgeous. And I'm going to do a little bit more of a brighter pink for this ribbon. I'm going to bring in, let's do this. I'm going to bring in really quickly the light pink stripe, because this little tag offers just a small opportunity to bring a little bit of pattern in. So I will do that now. Just trim just a little piece. Send this through. I'm going to get a little collection going. That way I can just do one little pass through and get a variety of things cut out. So let's grab some other things. Grabbing some more of my paper. I'm going to grab that next shade of pink. Oh, get ready for it. It's going to be gorgeous. And oh, look it. Isn't that pretty? I love it. So I'm going to do my tag, little bow, whatever you'd like to call it. And I think I'm probably going to do that a few times. So let me give myself enough room to cut that out multiple times. Okay, so we'll do that. Set that on there. I'm also going to do this little guy out of the pink because it'll give us some contrast on our tag. And now white glitter. I'm obsessed with the white glitter from Concord and Ninth, so I'm going to grab a little piece that I have left over from another project. See if I can shimmy and shake some of these around. And I'm going to do one layer and I'll bump it up with some additional white cardstock underneath. Okay, we have quite a few things we're going to get through on this little pass. So let's send it. Whoops, make sure everything stays lined up. Actually, I need to be more thoughtful about my tag. And I'm going to grab my pink tape. Let me grab it out of my drawer here. And because I have a pattern, everything else is solid, but because I have a pattern, I want to be mindful of where that die is placed. And I'm going to tape that down because I don't want that to shift. Okay, I like how that looks. Let's cut. Okay. We have all our little pieces. Okay, I will continue cutting off camera, and let me do the little droppy test. Oops, that's not gonna work. Let's do, they have little holes in the back of the dies. See, teeny tiny, which you can use your little pokey tool to help convince that little piece to come out. And I think I'm only gonna do one of those. Doesn't need to be, oh, isn't that cute? It's so tiny, but you get the idea. And let's poke the rest of these little cuties out. So this one, we'll send this back through. I need to rotate my cutting mats and get some new ones because they're starting to get all gunky. but they will work for this card. Okay, here's that. So the idea here is that it's going to be a little, oh my goodness, just a little swoopy tag. Okay, got that. Oh, let's check out this. That was easy enough. Look at our tag. So cute. And our little love you. Now I might just kind of let this all stay put so that I don't lose any of the letters, because they're all going to stand apart from one another. All but the O and the U. So I'm going to let those sit in there. That way, you know, work smart. Don't have anything get lost. Okay, cutting out a couple more for these. At least 2, and then I will use my leftover white that I used for my bottle. And then this is just the Nina white, and it's 80 pound. So I will do 2 more of these, 2 more of those, and get ready. We're gonna glue. Okay, so that concludes all of my die cutting. So I can start the gluing and keeping organized with all of my little dies so I don't lose those. Okay, let's get you off. I think we should be done. And let's start getting all of these glued together. This is going to be a labor of love, but I just think it's going to be gorgeous. So I also cut out some additional surrounding areas for my bottles. So in total, I decided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And be sure to keep, again, those inside pieces that come out. Either 4, you can use those as, you know, surface area for you to run through additional hearts to make some confetti. But I'm going to make an additional card. I'm not going to do it on camera today, but check out on Instagram when I post this whole announcement for this video. I will, if you swipe over to the right side, I'll post the second card that I make using the scraps, because I will definitely make another card using these. I'm already inspired. So setting those to the side for later. I'm going to move this out of the way and let's start creating and building. Okay, so what I think I will do is I'm going to grab liquid glue. I've gotten a lot of questions on my little topper here. This is just a sewing pin, and I'll try my best to link it down below. Anytime I can get something nice and light pink, I'm all in. So I think what I'll do first is you can use spray glue if you'd like. I think I will end up switching to spray glue for my bows because they are just intricate. But I do like the liquid glue, and I think we can get this nice and stacked up really easily with the liquid glue. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue. It does not take much. That's pretty adorable. We could do something fun with a white gel pen too. Layer that on and just line it up. There we go. And then just nuzzle that into place. This is going to be where your fingers get a little gluey, but a little mid-craft hand wash and you're good to go. Okay, that looks really nice. I'm also going to grab a block so that I can just kind of press those down, and we'll let that set in a little bit, but let's keep gluing. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer all of these pieces one on top of the other, although I'm going to reserve one. I do not want to do all of them right now. I'm going to put one to the side because I need this to go over my acetate later. So I'm going to put that with my acetate, but let me go ahead and glue the remaining pieces. And what we're doing here is just, first of all, a thick die cut is just buttery gorgeous, but we're actually doing this more for function for our shaker. We need to build up some, you know, a nice little basin in here so that we have a place to put our shaker and we have enough height so that our shaker pieces and the little sequins move freely within this area. If you don't have enough room, then they're not going to move. So I think we have enough layers. We can always decide in a little bit, but that should do it. Okay, I think the thickness of this is going to work. And now I can't remember how many I did, but you get to rewind the video and see what I just said. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to add some glue to the back really quickly. And again, I used a white background just because I wanted the outline, the pink outline of the bottle to really contrast against the back of my card. But I do want to say I did kind of go back and forth between making it a pink background. Though I wanted, you know, I like the outline of the bottle, so I wanted that to stand out, but I also kind of want the sequins to really shine. And I thought that having it against the white would be so pretty. Okay, so lining this up just like this. Oh, that worked so well. Now I'm going to put this under the block. In fact, I'm going to need another. I need to get some bigger. Ooh, this one might work. I need to get some bigger blocks. Okay, let's let that sit for a minute. And quick little wipe down. This all cleaned up. And let's see, what do we want to do next? I think we should just carry on with finishing this part up. So I'm going to now fill with my sequins. I think that's the next step. I think it is. So I have it in these little containers. And oh, I think that was the right choice to do the white behind. And it looks like it's going to move pretty freely. That is so pretty. And some of them are pearls. Do you see the little pearl? That's fun. Okay, I think I want to just selectively grab. Let me find my little trinket tray here. Let's bring these out because I want to intentionally get some more of the big pink ones just to bring a little bit more color in. But I think I don't want it to be too full because I want these to freely move around. I wonder if I can test it. Oh, I think it's still gonna, I'm gonna just put that acetate over. Okay, we're good. Oh my goodness. I can't make my favorite card in January. We can't have the favorite card be in January. There's still so much more to do this year. Okay, so let's, do I want to put the glue on first? You know, card making, I'm just winging it. I'm just winging it and making decisions as I go. I'm going to add my glue very carefully around here. Okay, now the reason why I reserved my last little die cut, this little pink one, is because after I put the acetate down, then I'll put an additional layer on top. That will just finish it up. Give it a nice clean look. Because right now when I put this acetate on, it's going to look awful because you're going to see the glue going through. Okay, which side has my, can you take this side off too? Okay. I think I have enough glue. And lay that down. Cuteness overload. Okay, I'm going to let that set just like that for a bit. And while I'm allowing that to set, I will work on the very tedious task of the letters. So some of them all kind of fell when I did the extras, the underneath. So I will start just as I did. I'm going to start gluing all of these pieces. So I'm going to do 2 layers of the white underneath the white glitter. I think that will be super pretty. And I will fast forward this and see you in a second where it will all magically be done. But again, the glitter will go on top. Is that focusing? There we go. And then 2 layers below just to give it some nice thickness. I think that'll be super nice. Okay, and then I will just tuck, I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna tuck these under a block as I go. Okay, so I got the last little bit glued, and I'm just setting them under this little block. We'll do a little bit of cleaning up, but I was looking at my little tag that I wanted to focus on next. This little one. I'm going to grab one of my extra pieces. Again, check out Instagram because I will make a card with these leftovers, but I'm going to grab this because I don't want to cut into more of this beautiful pink. I don't want to grab any more paper is what I'm trying to say, but I do want to build this up, and I think I will do just 2 more out of this pink to go underneath this, just so we're going to have a nice dimensional card. It's going to be so pretty. The more dimension, the better, in my opinion, but add as little or as much as your card making preference allows. Okay, so I have additional tags, and lather, rinse, repeat. We're just going to do the same thing. Get all of these glued together. And then I want to put that little circle right on there as well. Whoops, scrap that. I just like to stack them all at once and then kind of shift them all at once. Oh, that's perfect. And using the color is really nice because it's not completely obvious. I like that solid color core of the cardstock. Okay, now eensy weensy tiny bit, and I probably will need some tweezers to achieve this. Let's see. Oh goodness. Actually, I probably should use my little wand. Okay, and I got too much glue, but how could you not? It was just so much. That will dry clear. In fact, I can just grab a little bit of it off as well, and it'll be just fine. Okay, we'll sneak this little guy, just the little corner, right under here and let that settle. And let's finish this. So now we have our shaker. Oh, that was perfect. Those move really nice. But we can then finish this off, because if you leave it as is, do you see the glue kind of around there? It's not as awful as I thought it was going to be, but it's just going to look so good to have this little finished frame next. We'll just glue all the way around, focusing just on that pink area. Okay. And voila. Line up, lay down. Oh, that looks so cute. I love this. And that lined up perfectly. I'm not even going to nudge that. Okay, back under the brick you go. And off camera real quick, I'll spray these and get these all layered up. You definitely want to layer these. They are so tiny that they're just going to rip. They're so thin and intricate. So let me do that. We will be ready to build and finish this up. Okay, just have a box here. I also have my spray glue, and I'm going to spray it off camera. This shininess in the box is just dried glue, so don't worry, it's not going to ruin my nice paper. Now I'll just grab some tweezers and line up and press those into place. And because they are just so thin, oh sorry, I'm kind of out of camera there. Because they're so thin, that spray glue is going to be such a great choice. You could also do the micro dots. In fact, I should have done that because I have a sheet of micro dots. Actually, I have a pack of sheets of micro dots, and I have not even used them yet, and this would have been the perfect time to try them. I always forget that I have them. Okay. Lining up, and instantly the visual dimension of these, or this sweet little bow, but also it just is more, it's more sturdy. So again, this was another way that stacking die cuts kind of ended up being a little bit more functional for a bigger purpose than just visual. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna tweeze these into place. Just press those in. Okay, I'm beginning to see the finish line. You're not going to want to make this for everyone, just the perfect somebody. There we go. Okay, so now let's do, well, I'm gonna need this. I think you're gonna have to be good to go. I think we're gonna do this and this. Oh my. Final answer. That's going to be cute. Okay, so I kind of want to just lay that there. And in fact, what I'll do, yeah, no, I'll just leave that. Okay, leave it, Bethany. Let's bring in these cuties and decide where we want. And I'm thinking, doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of, where is, okay, I'm gonna be quiet for a minute because focus is activated and, okay, I definitely want those up a little bit. Focus is activated and I need just the silence that I crave when I'm trying to figure something out. Okay, I like that actually. So I think I'll go from the bottom up, starting with the Y, and I'm just gonna glue these down. I love that. That's so pretty. We have so much sparkle and shine. This is so simply stunning to me. I love it. Okay, let's do a sip of coffee and then deep breath, tweezers, and I'll just glue these down. All right, there's the last one. Now what I think I'll do is I'm going to remove this. I'll place this under a block, let that set for a moment. And while that is setting, let's focus on, I can put this away. Let's focus on doing our background panel. So we're going to do some embossing. So I'm going to grab another A2 size panel. A2 is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to, I'll grab that in the 80 pound. Did I say that? I'll grab it in the 80 pound and let's put it right into this little embossing folder. Okay, and I'm going to bring out my spell binders because I just like to emboss with my spell binders, but use whatever you would like. I'm going to put my platform in. I'm going to, I like to just use like a little shim, such as just the packaging. For certain embossing folders, they all have such different thickness that you just have to play around with the one in front of you to see if you need a little extra shim or not. Okay, placing my cardstock within the folder, placing my plate on top, and let's run that through. I feel like I'm gonna need even more. Let's see if I can, so I'll just grab a couple extra card bases, put it right under there. So I have a little product, I have a couple pieces of cardstock, and that's the actual magic trick. That one worked. Okay, and you just get a feel for it. Ooh, how pretty. Oh my goodness. It's all kind of funky and warped. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna do, let's put this away. We're gonna do some foam tape to straighten that out. First, let's grab our trimmer And let's take about 1/4 of an inch off each side. So we'll do 4 inches here. Let's see, did that end up being a straight cut? It did not. I'm trying not to press down too much. I should have cut my panel before. We'll do 4 inches there. We will do, let's see, this was originally 5.5, so we'll do 5.25 there. And perfect. Let's grab foam tape and make a card base. Do you see how completely, like, look at that. That's going to be my panel. I don't like that. I like the look of it, but I don't like how this is bleh. So I'm going to grab a full sheet of foam tape. I was originally going to do foam strips, but I want more than that. I need stability. So I'm going to trim this down to, and these are A2 size foam panels. I'm going to do the exact same as this. Ooh, 4.25 or 4 by 5.25. And there we go. Save these little pieces for other projects. In fact, we might even use them for this project. And we'll take one of the adhesive sides off. This is a double adhesive. Whenever I go to check out, oh my gosh. Whenever I go to check out, I always grab a pack of these. They are awesome. I'll link them below, but let me grab something to place this in. A piece of, there we go. That way I can line this up really nice. And we're going to watch this transform, okay? So before and, oh goodness. Oh, it's so hard because it's so warped. It's magic trick gone wrong. Okay. Trying not to press too hard because I don't want to flatten out my embossed look. Oh, I got it almost perfect, but you know what I'll do? I'm a little off there. I will just trim off the foam part. So, because all we want is it just to be mostly, look at how much better that looks. All we need is it to be, you know, mostly flattened out there. So I'll just grab some scissors. I'm going to use my non-stick and I'll focus on this little side that has extra foam peeking out. And no one will ever know the difference. It's like it never happened. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at that now. That looks so good. Look at how it just remedies it. So you can have the best of both worlds. You can have that dimension and you can have that really, really intricate embossed look, but also you can have it be nice and sturdy at the end. So now let's do our card base and bring my score buddy back in. This time I have 110-pound cardstock and I have it at 11 by 4.25. Since this is 11, we'll place our score mark at 5.5 to the exact center. Okay. Then we will fold. We will grab a bone folder and flatten that out. Okay, now we have our card base. We are at the finish line. In real time, I'm at 53.5 minutes. Of course, this video will be edited down a little bit. Not too much though, because real-time videos are my jam, but just giving you a real-life concept of how long this is taking me. So this card will essentially be an hour in real life. Perfect, perfect opportunity to put the Gilmore Girls on. Okay, fill your cup with Gilmore Girls and a little bit of creativity. How pretty. I love it. I love it so much. I'm gonna leave that actually like this. And let's bring this in. Oh, so cute. Okay, favorite card already. It's just January. So let's get this positioned because we know where that's going to go. That's all dry. I'm just going to use liquid glue. We already have enough dimensions, so no more foam tape for me. And place that right down. There we go. Okay. And I think like that. Now this needs to tuck under, right? So it looks like it's wrapping around the bottle. Ooh, that's kind of tricky. Maybe it'll just visually kind of look like that. Actually, if I bring this over, I could probably do that a little bit. Okay, I think my glue will focus on here, here, but also, you know, after I get this done, let me put this down first, but then I'll put a little bit of foam tape underneath my tag to kind of help that stay. And then, in fact, I'll put it right here. So I'm going to grab, let's grab foam squares. Maybe the bigger one. Take both sides off. And maybe I'll poke. Come here. Place. And, oh, that's perfect. See? Now, should I just, no, I like that. I mean, it's supposed to kind of wrap around the bottle, but, you know, I like the swoop-de-swoop of that. I think it's fine. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness, I'm loving it. Now, I was going to add a little, you know, I'm going to stop there. I was going to add some, like a little heat embossed gold sentiment here. I'm going to. Hold on. Okay, I just have to because I have this cute little Simple Sentiments designed by Kathy Zielske. I love this XOXOXO. I like it because we already do have some verbiage here with the love you, but XOXO is, I think, a very fun little sub-sentiment. And I thought what we could do is, I'm going to do it on white. In fact, I'll just use this, right? Use what we have. And I thought we could just have like some kind of other little layer right there. I think it'll look cute. And you know what? If it doesn't, then we don't use it. And there's no harm in trying. So let's scoot this to the side and bring in the mini Misty. Place our paper right inside. And we're gonna do, I'm just gonna give myself ample room. Just like that. Okay, now I need my embossing powder, which is here. Okay, prep my paper. Okay, and grab Versamark. I also have gold embossing powder. It's a natural choice for this project. I don't think I need any more pressure than just that. It looks great. I'm gonna reposition and do one more time. And that looks even better. Clean this up in a moment. Place some catch paper underneath. Grab my little hot hand tweezers here. And let's do our powder. Just like that. But that looks really, really good. In fact, a tad there. I will brush off a little using, I just have a little makeup brush from Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna wipe off any excess powder. Okay, I think that looks nice. Okay, okay, and I honestly did not need to use those hot hands for all of this. Certainly don't have the heat involved yet. Okay, there's that. There's that, and let's get our heat. Perfect. Isn't that pretty? I think it's a natural finishing touch to this card. Now, I have, okay, let me just, full disclosure, what I was going to do was do this stamp set because I like how it's kind of like a tag look. I think that'd be really cute too, but I wanted it to be really, really small. So I'm gonna grab, I wanna see if I can, I think that's gonna be too big, but let's see. If I can just sneak one of these dies in, and then I'll use that little sentiment stamp set for something else. So I think this is going to be too, oh, maybe not, because actually I think I will, because what I want to do is I'm going to cut off one end. Yeah, so I will use that. So cute. Let's grab pink tape, center, super cute. I think that looks good. And we will die cut that out. And, oh yes, oh my goodness. Oh man, oh, this is too fun. People should not have this much fun. Okay, yep, oh, it's just too good. Okay, let's do, I think I'm just gonna do, that. And, whew, you should see my craft room. And then I'm just gonna kind of angle it kind of like that. And that's how I'm gonna finish it off. I think it's way too good. In fact, I'm going to even just do glue. I'm just gonna do glue right there. I love that. I love when something just subtly, it didn't take much and it just made such a difference. I like the layered look. I think it's super fun. And I think it's super cute. Okay. Final piece. And final card. Oh my word. Love, love, love times a million. There's the final look. And of course you could stamp inside. So 2023 is going to be the year that I'm going to get a stamp made for the back of my cards that just has my name on it or something. I think that would be really fun. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I think that's going to be what I do this year. Look at that. It's so good. I love it. I really do. In fact, if this is going to be the favorite card of the year, actually at the timing of filming this, it's New Year's Day. And I'm in my bathrobe because I actually, for the first time in many years, I don't even know how I managed to do it with 3 small children, but I stayed up till midnight. I saw 2023, just barely. I was asleep by 12:01, but I'm all saying all this because it's the first day of the year and I think I made my favorite card. So cute. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to give this a thumbs up. In real time, we are at 1 hour, 6 minutes. So cut out the chit chat and you would be right at an hour. Put Gilmore Girls on, make this lovely card. Don't make a million of them because you'll be there forever. But for that special someone, this is definitely the card you want to make this year. All right, everyone, be sure to subscribe if you are just stopping by today, and I'd love to have you, but I will see all of you in the next video.